What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I know this topic is long overdue for me. This is something I just want to get off my chest. I've been keeping it in for a while, just soaking in all the information I can get. And this is going to be about that Leaving Neverland documentary. I know I don't want to bring old things up, especially something that negative in that light, but I just had to get this off my chest because it's been sitting with me for a while and get other people's opinions on it. This is not to rile people up. This is just for Michael Jackson fans or anybody that comes across this video to really express their opinions down below. Let's keep it respectful. Here we go. Now, the thing that really made me want to talk about this is how after that documentary, mind you, the first allegations came out in the early 90s and he was found not guilty. 2000s, he was found not guilty. All of the stuff, they put him through the ringer. The media put him through the ringer. People, the families that lied, and most of them admitted that they lied. One of them even committed suicide and wrote a note confessing how he lied after Michael Jackson died in 2009. But some people don't know about that. This is just, it's crazy how it seems like some media publications and some organizations and companies are trying to slowly wipe Michael Jackson out of history. No, first of all, Michael Jackson was too big of an artist, too much of an icon, too much of a legend. He has too many fans around the world, including me, for y'all to just think you're going to wipe him out of history. And this is starting with people, some radio stations didn't want to play his music anymore. And certain, people was defaming and writing graffiti all over his Hollywood star. And the latest thing is MTV, the VMAs, right? They gave Missy Elliott the Michael Jackson Vanguard Award, emphasized on Michael Jackson Vanguard Award. And in the promos, they didn't want to say his name or nothing at all. You look at the old ones, when Lady Gaga got one, Rihanna got hers, Britney Spears got hers. They didn't have no problem saying Michael Jackson Vanguard Award, Michael Jackson Vanguard Award. But for some reason this year, they didn't want to say his name. So that's why I was so happy. And this is why I love Missy. I was so happy when Missy got up there and said, Michael Jackson Vanguard Award. And she put emphasis on it because she knows what it is. MTV knows what it is. But because they don't want to upset anybody, they pussyfooting around the subject, so they don't want to say his name at all. I'm so glad that she said his name because without Michael Jackson, the MTV, the channel, would really be nothing. Michael Jackson revolutionized music videos. Michael Jackson was one of the major artists that broke that barrier to have black artists even on MTV. Michael Jackson was a trendsetter in the music video game. That's just one aspect of his career and his legacy. So for them to just try to slowly wipe his name out of the award and not mention him at all, I'm glad Missy did what she did. So going on to the documentary, it was trash, bullshit, everything. Complete garbage. As Michael Jackson would say, filth. It was the bottom of the barrel garbage juice. Anything disgusting and nasty you could think of, that's what that documentary was. And the way that the guy, the bald-headed, egg-looking guy with the glasses, Humpty Dumpty, that fell off the wall, the way that he tried to direct it and spin it, and the way they used the real footage from when they was kids, and they tried to that's what drew you in. They used the footage when they was kids and look, Michael Jackson did know them. He did know them. Look, he's dancing in his show. Look at this. He knew his family. He stayed up at his house. And it was just, they piled all this evidence of him, knowing the family and knowing them when they were kids. That made people be like, oh my God, Michael Jackson really did do it. And this really hit me because people that know me know I'm a real huge Michael Jackson fan. I've been a fan of Michael Jackson since I was 13, back in 2009 when he passed. So, and people that came up to me and called me, they know I'm a Michael Jackson fan, and some of them called me with a real like, some of them called me with a real unsure voice, like, I don't know, Tony. I think he did it. Like, I know, I'm, I didn't really. After watching that, I think he did it. And I said, mind you, before this, I didn't pay no attention. I wasn't gonna give it no views, nothing. But after people, I'm like, is this documentary really that convincing that people around me who never thought anything of it is coming up to me and calling me saying, I don't know, I think he did it. I said, let me check this out. Just just to say I did, just so I don't be in the dark about the lies that's being spread about Michael. I said, let me check this out. And when I watched it, it was trash, like I thought. It was so many inconsistencies and things that did not make sense. And Wade Robson, that piece of shit, he should be ashamed of himself. The many lies that he done told throughout the last 20 years, and I'm glad his ex-girlfriend Brandy Jackson exposed him so many times. It's ridiculous. Like, she should write a book about this, but she's not a liar and a schemer like Wade Robson. She's gonna tell her truth just because it's the truth. She don't have to lie on Michael like Wade just to get money. You want to wait all these years to say all this and do all this, but mind you, over the last 10 years, Michael Jackson has been the most profitable deceased artist. His net worth is almost, if it's not, it's almost in the billions right now. So now all these different things you want to come out with all these different accusations just to get money. And another thing is, okay, Ray Robson, I said this in my last video, in my unpopular opinions video. If you said Michael Jackson did all this stuff to you, why in the last few years you was trying to choreograph his Cirque du Soleil show? You was begging and pleading for his brothers to let you choreograph the show. Michael Jackson did all the stuff to you. You want nothing to do with him, right? Michael Jackson did all the stuff to you. You wouldn't want nothing to do with him, right? But you want to choreograph his Cirque du Soleil show? Make it make sense. He has to make this make sense. But it won't, because it's all fucking lies. It's all lies. And then this other motherfucker, James Safechuck or Numchuck, whatever his name is, he's sitting there with this stupid smug look on his face, and just like the way he was just acting and putting off on the camera, like he was sitting there like he was so disgusted, like he wanted to cry. And he had a little jewelry box, and oh look, this is what he acted like we was getting married. And I was just sitting there like, it wasn't even cringeworthy. It was just, I was disgusted just looking at him, and I could I could feel the heat coming off my TV, the lies just coming from them, the deceitfulness, the aura that was given off, which is lies, full of lies. I couldn't shake it off. That feeling was just full of lies. I knew going into this, it was gonna, you know, upset me a little bit. But after watching this, I said, this is so. But to the person that's not a Michael Jackson fan, or they like a few of his songs or whatever, they just gonna take this and run with it. Like, oh my God, oh my, he might have really did it. But real Michael Jackson fans, or real fans, or people in general that can see bullshit when it's right on the TV, they knew this was a whole bunch of lies. And another thing I wanted to talk about is James Numchuck's mother, right? This is really this part of the movie, this part of the documentary really got to me, but I had to dial it back. This bitch gonna get up there and say, when Michael Jackson died, I got up and danced. Yay, he can't hurt any more kids. I was like, at first I got mad, but then I thought about it. I said, wait, you said that your son, James Numchuck, he didn't tell you about the allegations. He didn't tell you that Michael Jackson, quote unquote, did anything to him until 2013, right? Michael Jackson died in 2009. So why were you so happy that he died? You didn't know anything about this. Prior to 2013, you just knew Michael Jackson for, you know, the loving, caring man, and you met him and this and that, and you said he stayed in your house and all this different stuff, right? But all of a sudden, you're just gonna get up and dance when he died, but you didn't know about the allegations until 4 years later, after he died. So what was your reason for getting up and dancing like a dumbass? Oh, because you're lying, right? I feel like this was all a big scheme. It was all a big scam that Wade Robinson put together. He recruited James Numchuck because he realized, oh, he met him when he was a kid too. So okay, I can put him together. We can get this together. They found some rinky-dink, Humpty Dumpty director to put it all together, and they just made a show out of it. And they found all this real footage and all these pictures, and they said, "Oh, we gonna get this money." And the director want to come out saying, "Oh, you know, we didn't do this for profit. We did this for victims." No, this is not any no to the real victims of, you know, child abuse, molestation. This is nothing against them, but this documentary was full of lies, and it's a slap in the face to the real victims of the molestation, child abuse. So my heart goes out to the real victims, but these two and the ones from the 90s and the early 2000s who tried to frame Michael Jackson and extort money from him and his estate, they should all be ashamed of themselves. Whew. Okay. Like I said before, I just had to get this off my chest. This has been sitting with me for a few months, and I've been watching a lot of documentaries. Now, that's another thing. There's so many documentaries on YouTube that refute all of the claims and the lies that's in the Leaving Neverland documentary. There's a documentary called The Lies of Leaving Neverland, and it's so there's so much truth in it and so much extensive research done in it that it's like, how could you look at that? And this is just on YouTube. This is, if I'm not mistaken, it's a fan-made documentary. But that's the thing. All of the information has been on the internet for years. The court documents, everything. All of this information has been on the internet for years. That shows Michael Jackson was not guilty. But for some reason, somehow, this man and these two knuckleheads were able to come out with this documentary and just convince a mass full of people, oh my God, Michael Jackson really did it. No, you're not going to convince me that easily. And the true Michael Jackson fans, if you're watching this, or if you just happen to come across this video and you know it was bullshit, you know that those were all lies too. So let's sound off in the comments below. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Let's talk about it. You know, share your thoughts about it. You know, let's, like I said before, let's try to keep it respectful. You know, if some trolls come along, I'ma just, you know, handle it. If some trolls come along, I'ma handle it. Let's try to keep the conversation on a peaceful, respectful level. We all know Michael Jackson's innocent. That's all that matters. Thank you for watching. I'll see y'all in the next video.